I have not touched this topic in a fat minute, chat. I have not touched this topic in a fat minute. It's time I enlighten my new audience on what the fuck we're dealing with, chat. Bro, the whole concept of GT not being canon is absolutely abysmal bullshit. And I'm going to prove it to you guys in the stream. I have all the evidence I need to prove it. Right, and I'm going to add some more as well, which is a little bit ironic because I need to fill up my photo album for this, because at least because people don't actually understand that GT and Super are connected. They're the same fucking timeline. And I'm not arguing that out of bias for GT. I'm arguing that because it's true. Like, dude, no, I'm being serious. I'm not joking. Do you need me to send the evidence? Because I have it too. What's good, Zeddy? Yeah, what's good? All right, anyways, chat. We have some interesting subjects to show you guys. I have some interesting information to show you guys. And that's what we're going to do for this video. All right, I need to update my photo album as well. But it looks like people do not understand some basic concepts, which is kind of retarded. But yeah, let's just go over it. So what's up, chat? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna oh, why the fuck is Toby Spider-Man a title in my server? Create MISC. Wait, where's MISC? I'm looking for MISC. I need to put my shit in MISC. But yeah, so, okay. No. Absolutely not. No, Z is, all the way until, the end of the Boo arc. Yeah. I don't mean anything regarding Battle of Gods. I'm not talking about any of that. That's just blatantly not true. I'm literally am just talking about Z, not Super. So definitely no. Yeah, that would just be abysmal. That's just not true. Is it about people not believing GT being canon to Super? Dude, people don't understand that GT is a part of Dragon Ball Z according to Toriyama's view. I can prove that, by the way. I actually have an argument for it, which is insane, because a lot of people don't actually know that, but I'm just going to go over it. But, where the fuck is the MISC category? I'm trying to add, MISC scans. I'm going to add this right here. All right, so chat, I'm going to show you guys, my audience, that I now have double the amount of the truth, because it looks like people are not enlightened enough. So it's time I show you, right, what the fuck you guys are dealing with. All right, because I have everything. All right, these people have nothing. That's why they make these dumb claims. But anyways, let's go over Exhibit A. I'm going to prove to you, right? Janemba isn't stronger than Broly. Yeah, that's retarded. Yeah, you know the same guy also said that Broly's comparable to Boo. The same guy also said that Fusion Reborn is connected to Broly, and if Fusion Reborn is connected to Broly, then that means Janemba is stronger than Broly. Koyama unironically implies that that Fusion Reborn is connected to Broly, and in Fusion Reborn, Janemba's the strongest. Okay, not according to Koyama's view, because Koyama also says Broly and Boo are comparable. You can't say he's comparable to Boo, yet he's above everyone. That's not true. That's literally a contradiction. So it's either he's comparable to Boo, he's above everyone, or he's below Janemba, or some other framework. Yeah, he even implies that he's biased for Broly. But anyways, chat, let's move on to something that's actually relevant instead of ratting for the sake of ratting, because that's like stupid. But anyways, chat, this is why Dragon Ball Super exists. But in the final chapter, Goku's getting pretty old. And what happens to him after after the final chapter, what happens to this Goku, our Goku, in the final chapter, Goku is getting pretty old. And what happens to him after is already covered in the anime original Dragon Ball GT. Still, Goku is the main character. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit and tell a story from somewhere in the past or something. I agree. Rather than continuing on strangely into the future or digging in deeper, I'd rather develop it with something like a separate episode, going back in time to say, there was such and such story involving such and such opponent, as in, it wasn't in the original manga. But this kind of thing also happened. I think that would probably be better, right? And Nakatsuru is implying that Dragon Ball GT taking place after, right, or occurring after the end of Z is true. Look at this right here. 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 Being comparable doesn't mean equal to. Oh yeah, so what's going to be the argument for that? If something is worth being comparable, it's more like their strength is like on par with each other. Like that's what Koyama's implying, but okay. But anyway, look, chat. These guys says GT is not canon super. Let's go over it one more time. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit and tell a story from somewhere in the past or something. I agree. Rather than continuing on strangely into the future or digging deeper, I'd rather develop it with something like a separate episode, going back in time to say. So the reason why they're not going strangely into the future, right? Goku's already pretty old, and what happens to him is already covered in GT. So this means that they already take up the events of the future. Look at this picture right here. This literally implies what Dragon Ball Super was intended to be. They are making Dragon Ball Super because if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, right? They're literally saying that they would rather go make stories that take place in the past because they're already taking place within the future. And Toriyama agrees with what Nakatsuru said. This is literally implying that Super Goku is GT Goku. Chat, if you deny this, you are denying the author. This is an absolute joke. Why do people say this? Like, you guys that genuinely make these arguments, you guys are actually jokes. You guys are actually smoking crack. Like, you guys don't not understand, right? And Zeta makes sense. GT, because it would be boring seeing. Yeah, exactly. Because they're strangely going into the future. If the future is already taken, they're literally implying, right? The reason Goku's getting pretty old, and what happens to him is already covered in the anime original Dragon Ball GT. Still, Goku is the main character. After all, right? So Goku's getting pretty old, and what happens to him? So they're basically saying it already covers the events of the future. We've already gone over the events of the future, right? So if you're going to make a story in the past, a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit. So they're literally saying that Nakatsuru implies that creating new stories over GT, right, or over the end of Z would be considered difficult. So you'll have to rewind time a bit and tell a story somewhere in the past. And Toriyama agrees with this reasoning. Rather than continuing on strangely into the future or digging deeper, I'd rather develop it with something, because it would be less difficult. Something with a separate episode or going back in time to say. So they are literally going back in time because GT already filled up the events of the future. This is a joke. You guys are actually being clowns. GT and Super are the same Goku, just in alternate realities. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by that. Because as I'm seeing right here, they're the same dude. Right there. They're the same dude. That is literally analytic. They are the same character. Like, I don't get why people have to double down on this statement. And I'm waiting for someone to go rat this, by the way, because they can't. They literally can't. They legit cannot rat this shit. Like, this is legit what's being implied. Like, you guys are actually jokes if you deny this evidence right here. Where is the scan? This is in the Son Goku Densetsu Kanzenban interview. Yeah, they're the same character. Chat, GT Goku is Super Goku. Right? This is a joke. These people are joking. This actually has to be a joke. You cannot deny this. Like, this is an absolute joke. Like, I don't know how this is not clear to people. Like, genuinely speaking, I don't know how it's not. But anyways, I'm gonna find some new statements about this as well. I'm actually like looking into end of Z right now. I need to like regather my scans. But this is just an absolute joke. Like, it's like people don't even try anymore. Like, when they try to sound rhetorical, like they just do not try. Like, at all. I'm gonna ask. Yeah, I'm low-key just gonna translate some scans today right now, chat. I'm like translating one right now on my phone. But okay, yeah. So chat, we're gonna go over some other things, some other concepts I want to mention as well. All right, so I'm gonna bring up the next segment right here. Right. So here's another thing. Yeah, of course they're gonna fucking double down again. Because they don't know how to actually argue and they don't know what an inference rule is, so they're retarded. But anyway, we're gonna go over what I have to clarify. Yeah, so you guys see this? This is the same. This is superhero, okay? This is literally what Toriyama said for superhero. Now let's go over what it translates to. Up until now, in the movies, we have followed in order the major episodes within the 10 years between the Buu arc and the final chapter of the original work. Superhero is a story just before the final chapter, thanks to the excellent director and all the staff, right? And the final chapter of the original work, Superhero is a story just before the final chapter. They're talking about the original work. Right? They're not talking about some alternate ending of Dragon Ball Super. They're talking about the final chapter, right? Until now, in the movies, We have followed in order the major episodes within the 10 years between the Majin Buu arc and the final chapter of the original work. Superhero is just before the final chapter. Yeah, so this is just very obvious, right? This is literally obvious. I don't know what you mean by I'm rage baiting, because literally look right here. No, wait, what is going on? No, wait, we're going back. Yeah, so look right here. Yeah, so this is literally what Toriyama and Nakatsuru discuss when in regards to Dragon Ball GT. This literally debunks everything that you guys are arguing. This is Toriyama and Nakatsuru talking. But in the final chapter, Goku is getting pretty old. And what happens to him is, after all, is already covered in the anime original Dragon Ball GT. Still, Goku is the main character. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you will have to rewind time a bit and tell a story from somewhere in the past. So they're basically saying that it would be difficult to make a story because Dragon Ball GT has already covered the future, right? And he agrees with what Nakatsuru is saying. He literally says, I agree. And he adds his own additional comments. Rather than continuing on strangely into the future or digging deeper, I'd rather develop it with something like a separate episode, going back in time to say, there was such and such story involving such and such opponent, which is what is happening right now in Dragon Ball Super. Like, you people who genuinely argue this are jokes, right? And again, until now, the movies we have followed in order to the major episodes within the 10 years between the Majin Buu arc and the final chapter of the original work, right? Superhero is a story just before the final chapter, which we're talking about. It's between the Buu arc and the final chapter of the original work, right? Within the 10 years. This is within the 10 years between Majin Buu and the original work. So this is within. Not some other version of the 10-year time skip. This is within the 10-year time skip. Within. So it's encompassed within. Superhero is a story just before the final chapter. So this means that the end of Z, according to Toriyama's view, is still canon. Because they still mention how it's within the time skip that mentions the final chapter of the original work. The manga that the anime adapted. Right? The anime already adapted this. These people are genuinely being jokes. They don't want to support GT being canon for some stupid, arbitrary reason that is completely irrelevant. Right? These people are jokes. Like, this is an actual joke. Like, gang, this is an actual joke. Right? Like we cannot be serious. Toyotaro had this to say. We are preparing the ground to direct Dragon Ball Super into the original Dragon Ball Z ending. Mind you, Dragon Ball Z is a title that's exclusive for the anime. In the manga, it's called the Dragon Ball manga, right? The original manga and whatnot. Dragon Ball Z is the anime. So they're preparing the direct Dragon Ball Super into the original Dragon Ball Z ending. Dragon Ball Z is the anime. So the original anime ending. The same anime ending, which has GT in the previews. These people are being jokes. These people are being jokes, chat. These people are joking. Okay, one, that's not a fallacy. What the fuck is a timeline fallacy? Provide proof that Super aired that GT is canon. What are you asking me to prove? I had a stroke reading this. Yeah, so what is a timeline fallacy? Is he rage baiting? Like, is he fucking like rage baiting or something? Like, I don't even know what he's talking about. I don't even know what he's talking about, chat. I legit don't even know what he's talking about. Like, this is actually a joke. Like, these people are being clowns. They don't have an argument. Didn't Drip Sauce make a whole... Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, he's ass. He's an insecure little whiny baby that asks me to debate Exility instead of him. He doesn't deserve credibility. Like, this is just like really bad. How could GT possibly include Super when Toriyama hadn't even thought of it yet? Okay, that doesn't matter because that's literally what they're talking about in the scan. Okay, I will just recap this to you because I don't think you have the ability to track. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit and tell a story somewhere in the past. And the reason we have to do this, right, that Nakatsuru says we have to do this, right, is because Goku's getting pretty old already. And what happens to him after is already covered in GT, right? So if you're going to make a new story, right, then you'll have to rewind time a bit. So they're saying that because GT covers the future, like Goku's pretty old, and because GT covers the future, they need to go back in time to make a new story, right? He agrees with this. And that's exactly what's happening in Dragon Ball Super. These people are called jokes, right? These people are jokes. They don't understand shit. They don't have any Dragon Ball knowledge. These people are genuinely stupid. These people are actually slow and they don't know what they're talking about. All right? They don't do research. They just appeal to shit because it appeals to their own perfectionist account. It doesn't do anything. They're genuinely like dumb. Zayd, have you seen Drip's post about you claiming you're lying? I'm not. It's in my YouTube video. About what? What am I lying about? Yeah, so here's the thing. Drip says that he's saying all this stuff for jokes. Brother, if you have to clarify in multiple posts, mind you, he did this in Discord. He did this in my comments. And he did this in my community posts. Like, I don't know why he has to do this, but he has to clarify. He has to fucking clarify this to me, right? Again, how does GT include something that didn't exist yet? I asked because it just does. Wait, how does GT include something that that didn't exist yet? That's fine. It's called retroactive inclusion. It would just mean that it retroactively includes Super. That's fine. That's what Toriyama agrees to do. They are making new stories that are taking place in the past because of End of Z, right? In the final chapter. And what already happens to him is already covered in GT, right? Still, Goku's the main character, right? And after all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit. So they're discussing that GT already takes up the events of the future, right? Toriyama agrees with this and agrees to the concept of making new stories in the past, which is what they are currently doing in Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, this is called a prequel, Samster. This is called a prequel. Do you know what a prequel is? Right, and this is them admitting that this is within the 10-year time skip between the Majin Buu arc and the final chapter of the original work. Right, so this means that the final chapter is canon, and this is just before the final chapter. Right, and this same final chapter has an episode preview that builds up to GT. This is a joke. We are preparing the ground to direct Dragon Ball Super into the original Dragon Ball Z ending. The Dragon Ball Z is not even a manga term. Dragon Ball Z is a title exclusively for the anime. In Japan, Dragon Ball Z doesn't have a manga. It's just the original Dragon Ball with more chapters. So this is talking about the anime, right? We are preparing the ground to direct Dragon Ball Super into the original Dragon Ball Z ending, right? So this is in reference to the anime, by the way, because that's an anime title, right? So they're clearly indexing the anime here. The same anime ending that projects GT as the official, like with an episode preview of GT being next. I think you may be excluding proof. Brother, this is a huge coping mechanism because this is very clear right here, right? With the Dragon Ball Kanzenban, the series will be garnering new fans. And being fans, I think they will probably want to see some new Dragon Ball Z. How about it, Sensei? Why not make a new animated work once a year or so, right? I'd like to see that. But in the final chapter, Goku's getting pretty old. And what happens to him is already covered in the anime original GT. Still, Goku is the main character. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit and tell a story somewhere in the past or something. I agree. Rather than continuing on strangely into the future or digging deeper, I'd rather develop it with something like a separate episode, or going back in time to say, there was such and such story involving such and such opponent. Beerus, by the way, right? And all the other villains. So this is pretty obvious. Well, it's just the parts that matter. What do you mean the parts that matter? The entire interview matters. This segment of the interview is going to be relevant. No form of context is going to save what is being presented. I know you're saying this all this shit for power scaling. No, it's not just for power scaling. No, like, this is just blatant. Like, this isn't even just about, because I've been a GT fan for a while, and everyone just has to point fingers and say it's not canon, right? And they don't know what they're talking about. Like, this is not even just saying this as a power scaler. This is saying this as a genuine fan of the series. If Super was a prequel, then why is it inconsistent with Dragon Ball GT? Because intention is over execution. All right, of course there's going to be inconsistencies. The show is not perfect, okay? There's going to be inconsistencies. However, given this interview, right, this interview, we know that Dragon Ball GT, we have 3 different interviews that imply that Dragon Ball GT is still canon. So again, interview 1, interview 2, and interview 3. You're LARPing. You're LARPing. We have 3 different examples of them building up to the end of Z and GT. Right? We have 3 different interviews of them claiming it does. We have 3 different interviews. All right? Anyone who denies this, this is cope. This is textbook cope. Right? No, chat. No. I'm going to expose these people even more. No. Chat. I'm going to expose how dumb this is. I'm going to legit expose how dumb this is. No, chat. I'm actually going to do it. No, chat. I have something that no Dragon Ball Super fan would ever be able to semantically justify. Right? If you deny this, you're actually LARPing. Like, you are unironically LARPing. You're just unironically lying. Like, I'm just going to show you guys what I'm talking about. All right? I'm legit just going to show you guys right now. Like, I'm going to show you guys the new evidence that I got my crazy hands on. Yeah, so let me just clarify. No, wait. Let me just send the next piece of evidence that I have. And there's no way you guys can deny this. There's just literally, when I show you guys this next piece of evidence, you can't deny. Like, you unironically cannot deny. Okay. Well, here's the next one, right? Intention over execution, bullshit, mate. If Super was canon to GT, then it should be relatively consistent with some retroactive changes, but GT has no god form, so prove intention. Okay, are you fucking retarded? 1, 2, 3. Brother, you don't get to decide what the author intends for their... You don't get to decide what is canon or not. They're intending to have GT be canon to Super. The intention is over execution. You're expecting a perfect continuity for your argument to work, right? Just because there's inconsistencies, that doesn't violate anything, because they're still made with the intention that they're canon to each other. So it would just be like a consistency mistake. That's all it is, right? We already have enough grounds to support them being connected via intention. Please look at your screen. No. And here's what's crazy. We're going to go over the next segment. Look at this shit. All right, why did you choose this period, Toriyama? The fact is, I thought, man, I made everyone old in the last chapter of the manga. I even gave Vegeta... This is for Battle of Gods! The fact is, I thought, man, I really made everyone old in the last chapter of the manga. I even gave Vegeta a mustache. Chat. We're gonna double down, right? Chat, are we gonna double down? Chat, are we gonna double down? Chat, are we gonna double down? Chat, are we gonna double down on this? Chat, are we gonna double down? Let's read it again. The fact is, I thought, man, I really made everyone old in the last chapter of the manga. I even gave it to you. Oh, you guys are fucking jokes. You guys are actually fucking jokes. You guys are actually jokes. You guys are actually jokes. Prove the last chapter equals GT? The scan literally proves that. Okay, the fact is, I thought, man, I really made everyone old in the last chapter of the manga. I even gave Vegeta a mustache. Vegeta does not have a mustache in the end of Z. So what Toriyama is implying here is that the last chapter of the manga isn't just the last chapter, but it's an era of time itself, right? So Toriyama defines the last chapter of the manga to refer to a period of time. This means that GT, according to Toriyama, is part of the last chapter of the manga. According to Toriyama, GT is inclusive with that. Right? Man, I really made everyone old in the last chapter of the manga. I even gave Vegeta a mustache. The only character that Toriyama designed for Vegeta to have a mustache is GT Vegeta. He even gave Vegeta a mustache. The only time we ever see Vegeta having a mustache is in GT. This right here, we cannot deny this. Man, I made everyone really old in the last chapter of the manga. I even gave Vegeta a mustache. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit and tell a story somewhere in the past or something. But in the final chapter, Goku's getting pretty old, and what happens to him is already covered in GT, right? So if you're going to make a new story, you're going to have to go to the past. I agree. Bingo. 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 Boom. Bam. Bop. Bada bop boom. Pow. Alright, nigga. GT's canon. Yeah, that's it right there. That's literally right there. Legit right there. There's just you like this is not. I think this is getting to your head. No, because people still want to tell me, oh, GT's not canon, dude. GT's not canon. It's a side story. GT's it's not canon. It's a side story, bro. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. GT's just a side story, bro. GT's just not canon, dude. GT's a side story. Yeah, GT's not canon, dude. Yeah, GT's not canon. Super, bro. Oh God. Oh God, man. Like, this is so laughably funny. Why do people do this? Like, do you guys ever like question why they do this? Like, I think this is just purposely like done on purpose because people just do not like GT. So they want to have this like episode where like they want to have this like fucking midlife crisis and trying to like have any single justification to like decanonize GT. Like it's an actual joke. Let's go over the next one. I have another segment. And of course, right? Guys, of course, we cannot deny this one right here. Wait, let me open it. Of course, we can't deny this one right here. Yeah, so, I mean, like them, the same timeline right there. This is literally one timeline, by the way. There's no mention of movies. There's no mention of future Trunks. There's no mention of any alternate timelines here, chat. There's no mention of any alternate timelines, right? This is literally called the Dragon Ball timeline as well, by the way. I never ducked him. What the fuck? Why the fuck do you believe this nigga? Yo, you're getting banned. Holy shit, you're cringe. What the fuck? Like, I literally had a whole discussion with him about this. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna be like this, oh, my dad will beat you up. like level. Like guys, I hope you guys understand that drip sauce is over like 20 years old. Y'all seen that fake screenshot Drip Sauce posted of Zeta being admittedly biased to GT? Yeah, I don't know what that means. As if, wait, as if Drip isn't biased to Super. Wait, I need to know what that means. Did he actually show a fake screenshot of him coping? No way. Chat, is this real? I need to see this. Oh my god. He's actually so petty. Wait. No way. Dude, this is... Guys, keep in mind... No, wait. So guys, keep in mind, right? This is a 20-year-old man talking to me, by the way. Like a... but it was created by... It is literally part of Torian. Torian was involved with it. Couldn't it be any... Yeah, so this is... Guys, let me be clear. This is a 20-year-old man, right? Beefing with a 16-year-old. No, because here's the thing. Because Neo, I don't know why you guys are trying to defend him. Because he was harassing... Because he was telling me that, oh, Zeta's retarded. Or like he was talking shit about me in a community post. His Discord server... my comments, and then when I responded to him, I was basically saying, yo, bro, like, stop, like, dick-eating Exility and using him as a scapegoat, because you're a 20-year-old man, and you're like, hiding behind another man. Like, to talk to me. Like, over fiction. Oh, yeah, like, oh, dude, I'm retired, bro. I'm retired, bro. Like, we're gonna debate, go debate Exility. Like, bro, like, if you're gonna do, like, the my dad will beat you up kind of analogy, like, dude, you're cringe. You're over 20 years old. And you're doing the, oh, my dad will beat you up because I'm retired. Oh, and I beat you once, so therefore you're ass and I'm better than you. Despite the fact that I beat the fuck out of this nigga in discussions multiple times. So he's going to be like, just genuinely start lying. No, in real years. No, he's literally over 20 years old. Like, he's actually, like, long-term college. Like, this is a joke. Zeta, please explain why you haven't debated Exility yet. Yeah, so chat, I haven't debated Exility because I didn't really care about it. But apparently Drip is so insistent that I have to debate Exility. I did DM him, but of course he's offline, right? Because Exility is not even active for this shit. He doesn't even care. I literally like went into his DMs to say, hey, do you want to like discuss your views on GT and like why you don't believe GT's Canada Super and whatnot, right? So I was gonna discuss with him, right? Like, and apparently he's using a big Exility as a scapegoat. And here's the thing: even if I lose to Exility in a discussion or a debate, like chat, Clorox and Steezy could beat Exility if they need to. They would be able to beat him. I have my faith in Clorox and Steezy. They would beat Exility, right? Because like everyone's talking about, oh, dude, Exility is superior, right? GT being Canada Super is false. Like, you guys are actually joking. Like, this is just a joke, right? And I've been hearing some allegations about Exility being overrated as well, from some reliable people as well. So, show proof of you DMing Exility. Yeah. So I don't know why you care so much. Because like I debated, I'm literally like, I've asked him to debate me, right? See, Master Rebuttal, this is Exility, right? Do you want to discuss your views regarding GT candidacy? I want to hear about your disagreements on GT's connectivity to Super. I literally asked this nigga politely, by the way. So, like, I don't even know, right? Yeah, no. That's a joke. But anyway, right? I don't know why you care so much. Yeah, show proof of you DMing Exility. Yeah, you're banned, by the way. Yeah, I don't know why these people are being so retarded. They dick eat another man. They dick eat an insecure 20-year-old man who was typing multiple essays because I disagreed with his views. I literally said, hey guys, like, you know, I made a really old video a long time ago. Should I make a remastered version of that video and prove that it's canon and whatnot, or like prove that they're connected, right? And of course, right, guys, right? Of course, people like Drip Sauce are gonna get mad, and they make multiple posts just being angry about me, and they say, "Oh, dude, I'm just laughing. I'm laughing at you because you're dumb." Like, bro, it's so fucking, it's so stupid. Why is Pilaf evil? They always wanted the Dragon Balls in Super, right? 17 isn't evil. He was mind controlled by Dr. Mew. Do you watch GT? Like, chat, this is the level of stupidity. Actually, matter of fact, everybody screenshot this bum right here. He's saying, why is 17 evil? Brother, watch GT. Why are you so dumb? 17 is evil because he was mind controlled by Dr. Mew and made him fuse with Hellfighter 17. No use of his ultimate form, which is the strongest throughout history. Ultra forms. What? Brother, him not using Ultra Instinct? I hope you know Ultra Instinct requires God Ki, which actually requires intense ki control, which Goku doesn't have access to when he's a kid. And then even then, with his ki control being nerfed, he manages to obtain Super Saiyan 4, which directly bypasses the ki control issue. Right? And Super Saiyan 4 is Goku's strongest form in GT. He doesn't need to use Ultra Instinct. And even then, Super Saiyan 4 has the very fundamentals of Ultra Instinct. It allows to give Goku heightened senses, the same senses that Ultra Instinct was providing to Goku. Oh, yo, can you watch GT? Hellfighter 17 is a new version of 17 that is created by Dr. Jerome. They also mind-controlled the original 17 as well, and they had both of them fuse. He's using the technique of Ultra Instinct. He's not using the form of Ultra Instinct. We're talking about the transformation, not the technique. And also, it was like Ultra Instinct, so it wasn't even Ultra Instinct in its truest form. Essentially, yes. Yeah, so you're not even wrong in that one. Because the thing is, Goku in Super Saiyan 4 doesn't even need to use the technique of Ultra Instinct. We saw what Goku's senses were capable of with Omega Shenron. Right? So, guys, let me just highlight to you this real quick. These are the bums that claim GT is not canon. They're questioning why 17 is evil. Chat, watch GT. Watch GT. Please fucking watch GT. Zeta, are you Mexican? Yes. Please fucking watch GT. Right? Anyways, what's the story behind the birth of the plotline for Battle of Gods? God's destruction between God. Worldview is pretty dark, so correcting some more DBS content kids could enjoy with Catalyst. Okay, whatever. Right, so guys, again, the fact is, man, I made everyone old in the last chapter of the manga. I even gave Vegeta a mustache. Right? So, the fact that he gives a Vegeta in the mustache, he gives Vegeta a mustache, and he's talking about the last chapter of the manga, that means the last chapter of the manga isn't just talking about the last chapter of the manga, but it's talking about an era of time. He's saying that Dragon Ball GT is included within the last chapter of the manga, which is actually insane, because it proves what we've been arguing for this whole time. And since Toriyama defines the last chapter of the manga to include GT, that means that every time he mentions the final chapter, he's talking about GT as well. So it's so up until now, we have followed in order the major episodes within the years between the Majin Buu arc, right? Within the years between the Majin Buu arc and the final chapter of the original work. And Superhero is a story just before the final chapter. So they're basically saying that Superhero is just before GT. So these people are actually stupid. GT and Canada main timeline. Okay, can you explain what this is for me then? Like, dude, this is so easy to disprove these bums right here. Do I agree Jaima's canon to GT? No, I don't agree to that. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any but in the final chapter, which is Goku's getting pretty old. And what happens to him is already covered in the anime original Dragon Ball GT. Still, Goku is the main character. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit and tell a story from somewhere in the past or something, right? So he's basically saying that what happens to Goku in the future is already covered in GT, right? So if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you have to rewind the story in the past. And Toriyama agrees. So this literally explains the intention of Dragon Ball Super right here. Literally right here. This is right here. This is literally right here. Chat, you have to deny being an idiot. Yes. Well, he's actually like I think he's stronger too. I don't know. Adherido de mi guarda, mi luz compañía, no me desampares ni de noche ni de día. Con Dios me acuesto, con Dios me levanto, con la gracia, favor del Espíritu Santo. Y el nombre del Padre, del Hijo, del Espíritu Santo. Amen. See, I can do whatever I want to. I can do whatever I wanted to. But, you know, this is literally just explaining what it is. But in the final chapter, Goku's getting pretty old. And what happens to him after is already covered in the anime original Dragon Ball GT, right? After all, if you're going to make a story in a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit, right? So I agree. Rather than continuing on strangely into the future or digging deeper, I'd rather develop it with something like a separate episode, going back in time to say, right? So he literally says, I agree, and adds his own comment to that as well. No, Daima's Toriyama's final work before he passed. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't even believe Daima's made by Toriyama. I literally just think it was Toei putting like promotional marketing on his name. Like that's what I feel like. Because when you actually watch Daima, it doesn't even feel like Toriyama's work. But that's just my theory. But anyways, just because Daima's made by Toriyama doesn't mean it's canon to the main timeline either. Yeah, but anyways. The fact is I thought, man, I really made everyone older than the last chapter of the manga. I even gave Vegeta a mustache. Wow. But this is not canon, right? Yeah, there's no way GT is canon, right? Yeah, there's no way GT is canon, right? The original Dragon Ball Z ending? Guys, come on. Come on, guys, come on. Oh, but GT's not canon, right, chat? But GT's not canon, right? But GT's not canon, chat. Android 17, are you retarded? Dr. Mew mind-controlled Super 17 to become evil. And then when he became evil, they had him fuse with Hellfighter 17 to become Super 17. They turned 17 evil at the end. He was not evil naturally. They turned him evil. How is that a contradiction? Like, Dr. Mew mind-controlled 17. And then we have Hellfighter 17, who is the copy of 17, and they fuse them together. He even had a scene of him trying to resist the mind control when he was facing 18. Yeah, exactly, because they don't actually watch it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, technically he was being evil because he was being mind controlled. That's what we're talking about. Like in the broader sense of things. I'm trying to find the source of this picture. If you are able to walk along with me, enjoy watching the original Dragon Ball's grand side story, Dragon Ball GT, you'll be pleased. It's a perfect way to look at Dragon Ball GT. For people who don't want it to be the real end of Dragon Ball's story, it is just a side story. And for those who love it, can be part of the grand final story. Incredible that I had forgot about this. Right, so he's basically saying, and I know he's probably saying this because of GT's controversial nature, but he says you don't have to believe it's a side story. And by the way, that opinion can apply to anything, by the way, as well. What the fuck? This guy might be a Zeta fan. What the fuck? Who made this? It's a perfect way to look at Dragon Ball GT. Okay. Yeah, yeah, all this information. I'm telling you guys. This is literally like LARPing. This is LARPing 101. I don't even know what is the source of this scan. I'm trying to find it for obvious reasons. Whis has perfected Ultra Instinct by the time of Dragon Ball GT. What's this? Huh. Okay. Huh. Maybe that is Ultra Instinct. I am joking. Wait, but I'm trying to find that one scan he was talking about. Yeah, where is this? I need to know what this is. Following the 10 years between the original manga's Majin Buu arc and the final chapter. Between the original manga's Majin Buu arc and the final chapter. How did you make your English so good to the point that it sounds like a Native American? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I was born here. I was born in America. But who wants to deny GT being canon? Go ahead. How do you translate this though? I'm gonna translate this. Yeah. This is like super obvious, but okay. I don't know, man. I don't think the creators think that GT's in the same continuity as Dragon Ball Super, because even though Heroes in the Kenner's universe, they never talked about GT as the future, more like a different version. But in the we can't, bro. But in the final chapter, Goku's getting pretty old, and what happens to him is already covered in the anime original Dragon Ball GT. Still, Goku is the main character. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, you'll have to rewind time a bit and tell the story in the past. Wow, I agree. Really, bro? Really? Really, bro? Bro, stop. Stop. It's right here. All right. But in the final chapter, he's getting pretty old. And what happens to him is already covered in GT, right? if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, right? You'll have to rewind time a bit and tell a story in the past. So they're making the condition that Dragon Ball GT already covers the future. So if you're going to make a new story, you have to go to the past. Agree. And then Toriyama adds his own additional comments. Literally right there. Right there. Right there. It's right there. It's literally right there. It's right there. It's right there. It's not even what? Yeah, so that's literally because GT came out before Super. Can you look at the picture? Yeah, I know he doesn't. Wangling is fucking trash. Anyways. So again, right? That was literally because GT came out before Super. They're saying, right, that after the release of GT, they already covered the events of the future, so they need to go into the past. And that's why Battle of Gods and Dragon Ball Super exist. That's why they're still making stories in the past, because GT already covered the events of the future. Yep, but of course, people are going to deny it. Let's debate Wangling versus GT. Sure, go up on my stream. You're going to get bodied. What the fuck? All right, let's actually debate right now. I'm going to edit the description. I'm going to rhetorically body you. All right, let's see your argument. All right, so what's your argument? Yeah, so go on VC. I'm going to body you. Go to the description. I just edited the description, bro. No. Because Zeno's not a fighter. That's why. And also, the Grand Priest isn't in the universe. So, no. He's only the strongest in the universe. Right? But anyways, chat. Yeah, so where's that guy who wanted to debate me? Yeah, Augusto. Where are you at? Where you at, nigga? I changed the fucking description. Where are you? You ready to get rhetorically slammed? Right? Fucking Wangling dick eater. I'm gonna see your argumentation. You're gonna get fucking bodied, by the way. You're gonna get bodied. Like, you're actually gonna get bodied. Like, where are you, bro? I don't know. They just really have a negative opinion. But GT's that powerful, dude. Yo, chat, how strong do you think Bulma's ass wish contributed to the Black Star Dragon Balls? How much do you guys think it contributed? I need to find the source for this. The source for the scan in specific. I need to find this. Zeta, do you think Kakarot retconned Goku being the strongest in Z? Kakarot isn't even canon. Well, at least the DLCs are. The End of Z DLC isn't even canon. Yeah, chat, I need to find the source for this. Does anyone have the source for this? Because I'm actually trying to find it in case if I need it later. Right, the source. Because obviously people are going to question the source. Because everyone questions the source. Everyone's a bitch. Wait. I need to go on Google Lens. Yeah. Where's the guy? Go to VC. Go to the fucking description and debate me on voice chat. All right. If you do not do that, I'm gonna ban you for like in 5 minutes. If you don't join, I'm banning you. Does Vegeta have Super Saiyan 3 in canon? Fuck no. Well, at least in the main timeline, he doesn't. Brother. People read Wang Ling. I know. All right, and you're banned. You're banned. All right. Anyway, go to the. If you're going to actually debate me, I need you to join me. All right, because I just banned you from my chat. Go to the description. I'm not asking for a fucking essay. Go fucking debate me. Who Daima Goku replacement for GT? No, it isn't. That was never stated. It's not even canon. Daima's not even canon, dude. Yeah, is there a source? Where the fuck is the source? I'm trying to find the source. Jesus Christ. You can't find the source for anything. Alright. Where's the source for this? I need to find the source. See exact matches. Who is Oob Dragon Ball TikTok? Why is the other source TikTok? Where is this? I'm trying to find this. Like, how? Yeah, Iyoku literally stated this, by the way. I'm like, oh my god, do I really have to go to interviews about Dragon Ball Super Superhero? Wait, Dragon Ball Superhero interview Toyo Taro. I'm gonna find this. March 2024 Toyo Taro interview. Oh, Beast Gohan. Okay, that's fine. Let's. We're chat. We're gonna be dig diving today. Interview. Wait, I'm gonna. No. I know what to do. Okay, tools. Anytime. Past custom range. So from. Wait, October. Oh wait, from. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go a little further. I'm gonna do May. Yeah, May of 2023. Wait, where's the change? Wait, why am I still getting 2025 answers? I wasn't asking for that. Anytime. No, what the fuck? Advanced search. No, I'm not asking. Oh my, dude, I don't even know how to do this. Custom rage. Oh, okay. No, wait. From to 2023. No, wait. Yeah, 2020. All right. Okay. All right. This actually is like pretty useful. I'm not debunking, dude. I'm just saying that Zeta uses creators' interviews and statements, and I don't see them using same logic. What are you talking about? That's literally what they're saying. That's literally what they're saying. Like you're creating like a perfectionist like ideology that like must be required or else the story's not canon. Like you're just going against the author. Look, if you're going against the author, that's fine. Also, Toriyama does care about canon. Otherwise, he wouldn't connect things. So that's already a contradiction. He may not care about consistency, but he cares about what's in his continuity. I don't care how deep, without any God Key existing ever in GT. We literally got 2 Super Saiyan 4s at this point, and every game released after does not see it as a continuity to Dragon Ball Super. So that's an argument from silence, first of all, right? Just because they don't mention GT being the same continuity as Dragon Ball Super. Actually, I don't even know why you're like glazing the living dog shit out of the games. No, let me just debunk the shit out of this real quick. Oh my god. All right, you want to double down? I bet, nigga. It's my turn. No. So you're talking about the games, right? Because I know you're glazing the donkey fuck out of the games, right? I bet, bro. Nah, no. Two can play at that game. No, 2 can play at that game. 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 All right, 2 can play at that game. No, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Oh! 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 Ooh! In every game released after SBS? Ooh! Ooh! Right there. Right fucking there, bro. Yo, right fucking there, bro. Oh! Ooh! No, I'm not done. Wait. You seem to have gotten much stronger, Vegeta. Maybe you can win now. God of Destruction versus Super Saiyan 4. Exciting. Maybe I was giving you a handicap. That's an amazing power. Wait. Actually, that's a different quote. That's an amazing power. Not bad at all. Maybe I can win against Lord Beerus now. Oh, me when I want to fucking double down like a bitch. Man, everyone wants to deny GT being canon. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, King Lee, except you're ignoring the fact that when we're talking about Xenoverse, this is the same Beerus indexed to the Super timeline. Right, this is like indexed to the Super timeline. Like, that's fine. But in Xenoverse, Super Saiyan 4 are not stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, dude. Okay, that's just a game mechanic. Like, that can be true for game mechanics. What it's literally telling us is that GT is after Super, right? That can be true in game mechanics. That's totally fine. Like Broly has minor stats above Jiren. Like, we can't take Xenoverse power scaling ultra literally because it's a video game. And by the way, that's not even the main timeline of Super Saiyan 4. Because that argument literally preassumes that Super Saiyan 4 throughout every timeline must have the same multiplier, which also isn't even true. These are not even from parallel quests. If you play the main game and go to the main versus menu, this is what they say. This isn't even indexed to the parallel quests. There's no index for that. What's the argument for that? I swear, this isn't even the parallel quest. This is the main fucking game. Like, dude, I know what you're talking about, but this isn't even the parallel quests. Like, why are you coping? Like, this is huge cope. Like, stop. Stop coping, please. Like, this is so annoying. Like, bro, come on, bro. Why are you denying the author, bro? Yo. No, because that's a parallel quest. That's fine. I'm not... Okay. Brother, stop being dumb. You're just blatantly being dumb. Read, nigga. No. I know what you're doing. I know what to do. Hold on. Okay.
Is that all you got, nigga? Oh, no, nigga. That's just the tip of this iceberg. Read, nigga. Read.
You know, I can't with these people, bro. Read. Read it. Read it. Read it. Read it. I don't give a fuck about games. Read it. The author's intention is above games. Read, nigga. Read. Read. You blasphemer. You are a blasphemer. You are a blasphemer to Toriyama. You're a blasphemer. This is blasphemy of Toriyama's intention. Right here. Read. Read, you blasphemer. Read. Read. Stop dick eating games. Read. Read.
Read, nigga.
Read. 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 Please read. Read. Read, please. Please fucking read the scan. This is Toriyama's intention. Alright, but in the final chapter, actually, I'll read it for you like I'm your fucking mother before bed. Okay? But in the final chapter, Goku's getting pretty old. And what happens to him after is already covered in the anime original Dragon Ball GT. Still, Goku is the main character. After all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, right, you'll have to rewind time a bit, right? And tell a story from somewhere in the past or something. Dragon Ball Super. I agree. Rather than... Oh, I agree. And with an additional comment. Read. 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 Where are you, Toronto? Read. Read, brother. Read. Read it. Read. Read. Stop dick eating games. Read. My games support your games. Stop being a dickhead. Read. You gotta read, brother. This is literally blatant. I don't give a shit about games. Games do not have more credibility than the author. So stop being dumb. Are you trying to imply that promotional material and games are more credible than the fucking author? Brother, promo material is made for fucking hype. It's made to promote. It has less credibility than the fucking author. Alright, I know what the scan says. It's just the overall logic, right, is not being followed. But it is being followed. You're saying it's parallel quests, but they're not parallel quests. It's literally the main game. So I don't know why you're doubling down again. This is another double down. It's this obsession with doubling down and shit that you can't argue for. Yep, guys, apparently the games have more credibility than the author. Dragon Ball Heroes being an example. You mean the fucking Xeno timeline? Where it's totally logically possible for the Super Saiyan 4 multiplier in the Xeno timeline to just be indexed to a different multiplier. Like, brother, you're not making an argument. Also, Super Saiyan 4 is a potential unlock. So no shit, it's going to be different depending on the timeline. It's a potentially unleashed form. Oh my god. Let's just go back to the main part right here. This thing that this guy does not understand. Like, brother, I don't give a fuck about games and promo material. It doesn't define what the author established for his continuity. So I don't know why you're making this shitty argument. Oh, he is so dumb. 1. Super Saiyan 4 does not have a fixed multiplier. It is a potential unleashed form. So it's different. It unlocks the totality of their potential of the user. So different power outputs are possible. Secondly, even if Super Saiyan 4 had a true multiplier, multipliers can be different across timelines. So this doesn't debunk shit. Okay? That's literally like he's not even arguing for anything. Like this guy's literally just using heroes. This guy's a fucking heroes dick eater. He's just like putting his dick in heroes. Like, brother, the author's more superior than heroes. Heroes is just a promotional material game. It's just hype. It doesn't correspond to any scaling. Like, why are we doing this? Like, read. Just read the author's intention right here. Read it. Read it. Read it. Read it. Read it, you filthy blasphemer. Read it. Read it. just cope. This, like, bro. Oh, you know what? I can't explain this anymore. Like, I'll just let someone knowledgeable to tell you instead of me. I'll make it bigger for you too. I'll make it bigger. Is there an open image in new tab option? Read. Please learn to fucking read. Please. Stop dick eating games. Read. 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 The author's intention is superior to games. Read. Brother, because you're appealing to games. You're not appealing to the author. That's why it doesn't make sense to you. This is a matter of reading comprehension. This is a matter of reading. I don't care about the scaling of GT and DBS. We're not talking about the scaling. We're talking about the canonicity. Like, this is a matter of reading. The author's intention is superior than to what promotional games and promotional material and video games say, because they are lower in credibility than the author. Like, oh my God, why would they have more credence than the author? It shows how the creators, you mean people who promote the anime, promote a game. The Heroes is made to promote a game, right? It doesn't correspond to the anime, right? It has nothing to do with their effectiveness on canonicity. And even then, those quote-unquote creators are going to have less credence than Toriyama, who actually defines the narrative more than any of these other creators do. Is Daima canon then? Fuck no. There's no evidence for that. GT isn't canon to Super. Stop being... oh my God. Okay. The fact is, I thought, man, I really made everyone old in the last chapter of the manga. I even gave Vegeta a mustache. Where does Vegeta have a mustache, Atrocity? Where does Vegeta have a mustache? The fact is, I thought, man, this is Toriyama talking, by the way. I made everyone old in the last chapter of the manga. I even gave Vegeta a mustache. The only time Toriyama gave Vegeta a mustache was in GT. This proves that GT is connected. You stop ratting. This is a huge rat. You're an actual rat. Yo, don't say that shit. Bro, like I'm actually getting like, yo, chat, I'm low-key getting pent up about this because people actually just blatantly saying dumb shit. Yeah, so for those who just went into the chat, for those who just went into the live right now, there's a guy who's trying to argue that promotional games have more credence than Toriyama. Chat. We are just blatantly saying dumb shit. Are you retarded? The only time Toriyama gave Vegeta a mustache was in GT, and he's making that index about the final chapter, right? You're not reading. You're just not reading again. The fact is, I thought, man, I really made everyone old in the last chapter of the manga, right? Which is connected to Dragon Ball Super, right? I even gave Vegeta a mustache. Bro, this literally proves that the final chapter doesn't just include the final chapter with Oob, but it also includes GT, and Super builds up to that. It's entirely a view standpoint, but GT's canon to like almost everything. Like, read this. I'm not, again, brother. Again, stop. Again. All right, fine. I got to repeat.
Read, nigga, read.
Read. Read. He said it himself. Read. Read the scan. Read. Read it. Read the scan. I need you to read, brothers. I need you to read. 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 Okay, how is Diamond not canon when it builds up to Super? One, that's never stated. That's not even true, right? Why is Diamond not canon? Didn't Toriyama say stuff about Diamond? No, he didn't. He didn't say anything about Diamond. It's canon in a broader sense, but it's not canon to the main timeline. Zeta, you're better off teaching a gerbil to file taxes. Oh my god, bro. I can't. They're so dumb. They're actually dumb. Just, oh my god. Just, bro, come on. Stop denying it. Stop. Just stop. Yup. Boom. Right here. Oh, shit. No, it's canon. It's just not in the main timeline. Oh my god. You guys are destroying my brain cells. Goku's getting pretty old, and my habit was already covered in GT. GT's canon. Anyway, Goku's still the main character after all. If you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, right? Yeah, it's already covered. Still, after all, if you're going to make a new story without any difficulty, right, you'll have to rewind time. So they're saying they're going to have to rewind time a bit and tell a story in the past. And Toriyama agrees. Right here. Literally right even here. Right here. It's just right here. Please. 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 They're not in the same canon. Daima's not even canon to the main timeline. They're not even in the same fucking timeline. Why do people do this? GT's in the main timeline. Daima's an alternate timeline. It's that simple. You know, I miss Trick. I miss... Chat, you know what I miss? I miss old Dragon Ball Com. I wish I was old enough to experience it. When Drip Sauce wasn't hanging around with Logical J, when Tron was still debating fiction, when like everything was still fun and fresh, I wish I was there. This is like a joke. This is literally a joke to people. This is a joke. This is a joke. Chat, this is a joke. Like, oh my god. Why? Why do you deny something that is blatant? Nigga, go on 9anime and watch that shit. You don't need to watch it on fucking Crunchyroll. It's on 9anime.com. You just pirate like anywatch.to. What are we talking about? Guys, we can't do this anymore. I'm back. Okay. Media assets. Why do you niggas try? Why? It's fake, nigga. It's literally fake. Goku Black one-shots. Alright, chat! Let's hype this shit the fuck up. I finally know what I'm gonna do today for the stream. Let's have some fun. Oh, they're done! Shit. Oh, what? Alright, Sonic Power Scaling, Discord server. Are there any Discord server for Sonic Power Scaling? Come on. Come on! Please! Ooh! Oh, I used to be monetized, but they paused my monetization because I need to verify some further shit, but yeah, not right now. Oh my god, let's get this shit. Come on. Come on, let's get this shit. We're gonna debate some trash Sonic Power Scalers right now, chat. We're about to go. We're about to go. No, 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 no. No fucking way. No, no fucking way. No, no, please, 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 please. Please be true. Please be true. Please. Oh my god, please. Please. I've been waiting for this. Let's go. Yes. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Is this true? Chat, please. I need this to be true. I've been waiting for so long. I've been begging for this. I've been begging. I have been begging. I have been begging for this. Finally, to kill the king of all Sonic Power Scaling with my own hands, with my own rhetorical mouth. He's dying. Finally! It's like slaying the fucking beast. Alright? With an outer versal Goku argument. In the fucking gut. Right there. Come on. Let's do it. Please. Is this true? I need to know if this is true. Like, I genuinely need to know. Like, it's only a matter of time. Like, it's literally only a matter of time. Yo, why is my shit lagging? Wait, actually, no. Let me just look it up on my phone. My computer's lagging. This better be true. I'm gonna I'm gonna look this up right now. Might of Gibora. Let me look this shit up. Oh God. Oh, where is he? Wait, is he talking shit? Where's he at? I'm not finding any messages of me, of like him mentioning me. I don't have anything. What's going on? Chat, you guys said he was there, right? Chat, do you guys know what's going on? I don't know. Like, I don't know, because the Might of Gabora's talking shit about me? Where? I really want to know. Please, please, please tell me. I would literally rhetorically gab him and make him my bitch forever. I will infinitely bitch him. That's how bad I will beat him up. Please. I beg this is true. I need a mention. Oh, my computer's lagging at the wrong time. Why? Why, God? Please. God, why? Please, Lord, why? Please. Lord, please. Lord, please. Lord, please. He supports Islam over Christianity. Please, Lord. Please. Please, Lord. Please. Lord, why is my computer lagging? I cannot see my own chat. Please, Lord. Is my mic still working in this? No, should I stop sharing? Hello, who's there? Chat, are we good? Am I alive? Chat, I don't know what's going on. Chat, is Gabura actually on me? Please, I need to know. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. You guys are pissing me the fuck off. I'm pissing me the fuck off. You guys are pissing me off. I actually was excited. I was excited, bro. I was gonna rhetorically destroy him. I was gonna rhetorically stab his argument. I would have been in such a beating that was so good. It was like SSJ Ryu dying. All again, bro. All again. I wanted that again. I wanted that again. Why? Why, God? Why, God? Why? 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 Please. Please, why? 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 Oh, you guys got me so fucking good. Oh, you guys are so good. So good. Is that what this is? Is that what this is? Why? 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 No, he's fucking not. Shut up. All you shut up. I was gonna debate Gabora. I was so excited to finally kill the king of all ratty Sonic scalers who debate about arbitrary shit about math being 0D. I don't give a fuck. Game Sonic is not fucking outer. Okay? I was waiting to destroy him and rip the rhetorical guts out of his argument. I was so excited. I haven't had an offer like this since SSJ Ryu. You guys understand me? Why? 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 No, fuck CC Goku. You don't need to worry about him. Okay, he's irrelevant. Why? I need to contemplate. I need to contemplate. Why? Fuck CC Goku. Why? No, fuck Ryu in general. He's trash. He's ass. He's one of the worst debaters I ever saw. But his sub count, it was so good to destroy him. It was so good to rhetorically destroy his clout and shit. It was so good to put belt to fucking ass. Okay? And I'm upset. I'm upset, chat. Today, I'm upset. I'm upset, chat. You guys don't know how this... Nigga, he doesn't even make an argument. He just makes claims. Why do you guys even talk about him? Like, you guys are so hissed up over anyone who disagrees with Goku. Like, he just makes claims. Like, he's not worth it. Oh, my back. My back. Oh, shit. I need this. I need to... Chat, I'm going crazy, bro. Chat, I'm tweaking right now, chat. I'm not in my own zone. I was begging I'm begging for a debate. I'm begging for one. I beg, please. I beg. I beg. I beg. I beg for a debate, please. Please, 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 please. I beg a debate. I beg for one. Please. Why? Lord, why? Lord, dear Lord, why do you do this to me? Why is the one who does you do this to me? Lord, why do I not have a challenge? Why is there no one to challenge me right now? Why? Why? Like, I need to know why. He's not outer. Chad, he's not outer. God, he's not fucking outer. God. This is so. Chat, why? Chat, why? I have a life too. Guess what my grades are in school? I have an A in PE. I got an A in English. I got a B. Wait, what's my third period again? No. I have a B in history. I got a B in physics. I got a A. I'm ranked 6th in the entire class of my math. And I got a B in Spanish. Okay, chat, I already got a life. I'm done. I'm at my end game. Okay, I need something to motivate me. Like, I need some shit. I'm in my junior year, but I'm already excelling in every class. You know, I feel lost. All right, this is what defines me, nigga. All right, I need this shit. That's what I need. Okay, where the fuck is the challenge? All right, where the fuck is my message? Of course, the fucking invite link is expired. My fucking ass. God, I'm looking in the fucking chords right now. No, I'm in high school. I'm a junior. I'm 16 or 17. Six, 7. Oh! 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 Yeah, nigga. Why? 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 Why would you do this to me? I don't deserve shit. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I don't. I don't deserve it. Please. Please. Auxiliary doesn't want to talk to me. Drip Sauce is being a bitch and being childish. I'm too weak for Tron. Too weak for Free. Too weak. Trick is gone. He can't amp me. I'm not on Steezy's level. I have no room. Okay, this makes me mad. Okay, because that is what defines who I am. I'm not just known for scaling. It's my ability to debate. That's what I appreciate. But why? Why? I don't get it. Why? 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 How am I supposed to prove myself if there's no one to prove it to? And the people who are better than me, they understand what I am. That's why Tron understands, Steezy understands, Trick understands. Trick understood and he's fucking gone now. They all understand. Huh? Right? The Discord link. The Discord link was expired. One more fucking way to piss me off. I wonder, and I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. If I wonder, and I'm back on my grind, it's like a real lifeline. Tell me in my lifetime. Don't know where he is. Don't want to debate him. That nigga's weird. And I wonder, and I'm back on my grind. It's like a real lifeline. Tell me. Actually, let me get the lyrics. Yeah, hold on. Let me get the lyrics. And I'm back on my grind. I suck it my lifeline. Told me in my lifetime my name would help light up the Chicago skyline, and that's why I'm 7 o'clock. That's prime time. Heaven knows what I got calling from the hotlines. Why he keep giving me hotlines? I'm a star. How could I not shine? And I wonder if you know what it means. What it means. And I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. And I wonder, and I'm back on my grind. It's like a real lifeline. Tell me in my lifetime, my name would. Oh, okay. You know I can't keep up with this shit. All right, let me just do a song I know from memory. Yeah, I'm not thinking of one right now. What do you want to do today, chat? You guys want to react to just some terrible videos or something like that? I don't even know what to do anymore. Chat, is it time to leave? Is it time to leave YouTube? Am I the only one left? Is it time for me to go? Maybe it is time for me to go. Everything feels so lonely. Should I go? I don't know. Every debunking another YouTuber is just gonna be pointless. I don't know. What's the fun of it anymore if no one believes you yet you know you're right? And then you have no one to convince it to because they don't want to debate you. I want to keep going. He's gone. Trick is gone. One of my favorite teachers who taught me all I know, like probability. It's all gone. And I hate that. Why? 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 I ask that all the time. Why? Do you know why? I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why either, bro. I don't know why. I don't know why. Ha! I might even be on his level. I might just be on his level. I might just be on his level. That would be fun. Historic versus me? Now that would be fucking fun. That would be fun. That's fun. If Historic ever, hey, Historic, if you're watching this, or if somebody sends this to you, I want to debate you one day. I think I'm ready to go with you, bro. I think I'm ready to go against you, bro. You versus me in a debate. I think we'll do it, bro. Yo, we got to do that one, bro. Now that's a good matchup that I want to see one day. I want to debate Historic. One day, I'm gonna do it, and I'm already ready. I'm standing right here. I'm waiting for you to go. Nigga, shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you talking about? It's alive. What are you talking about? Like, I've just been waiting for him, bro. Yeah. Historic? Under what difficulty? He's not negging me, that's for sure. Yeah. Super Saiyan 3 would already be enough. No, I've watched it. You can just debunk it by proving Fusion Reborn's connected to Broly. You can just debunk it via that. It's fine. Yeah, he's fucking trash. He's literally trash. What the fuck? Debate long takes. If you add, you know what's funny? There's a story behind that. I actually wanted to debate Long, but for some reason, he hides behind two people, specifically a guy named Cloud and Nightflame. So the fact that he hides behind other people to debate for him instead of debating him is a little bit odd. That's a funny story you guys are gonna learn today. Yeah, but you already learned it, so it's no point. Why do I have so many fucking pings from the server? God, it's so annoying. Like, stop fucking pinging me. Yeah, Lonks is pretty bad. It's just that niggas need to read. Read, nigga, read. Please read, nigga. Read. Read. Please read. Oh. I just shot my back. Oh my god. What the fuck? No way. Wait. Jabura has a... Finally. He has a Discord. Does it work? Please, please, please work. Please, 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 please. Please work, please. Please, 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 please. Oh, please, please. Oh! Did it again. Come on. Dude. Is there a Discord server link? Please. Please. Well. The people who were against my Sonic debunker in his comment section. Well. Well. But why does this Discord invalid? I need a new link, or else I won't be able to debate this stupid fucking bum. So where is he? The cringe on this video is insane. Oh my god, this is actually bad. Why is this so cringe? Just give a Discord link. Chat, I'm looking in Jabura's like profile and shit. He still has this like goofy expired Discord link, and I literally cannot debate him. Like, it's so cringe. I might need to refresh my brain. Sometimes I feel motivated, sometimes I don't. Oh my god. Like, this is so bad. And my computer's lagging. Wow, great. That's really great. Really great. No, bravo even. Great. Can we move on to the next point, please? Like, what a joke. Um, why is my computer frozen? This is just embarrassing. All right, but anyways. Okay, chat, it's back now. PC's working. It's just like so cringe. It's not. Oh, my ears. I'm hearing the ringing sound in my ears. Zeta, what's your definition of boundless? Transcending like any conceivable thing and like having virtually no limits. Yeah, that's boundless. Boundless and extraversal are virtually the same thing. I don't know. I don't know about anything about TMNT. I don't really care. I'm unmotivated. Wow. To be honest, the most hyped videos from you are those two, Archie Sonic and End of GT Goku Nirvana. Dude, let me debate him. Does he have Discord? I'll kill him. I'll kill him on court. I'll kill him on the debate. He's obsessed with Archie, right? He's getting beat on, by the way. Does he want to get beat on like a bitch? I don't give a shit. I'll debate him. I don't care how old he is. Oh, dude, Zypher has leukemia. That's not a fact. That's not a joke. What are you asking me? The realms shown in GT, shouldn't they also be part of this macrocosm? What the fuck are you talking about? The Sugoroku space is not part of the macrocosm. Even the Chozenshu admits that. Real life mythos has a different. No, it would be the equivalent to the one from the Journey to the West. Because we see that they line up almost exactly the same. Because you know Goku's name is actually Sun Wukong, right, in Japanese. So now let me replace Goku's name with Wukong real quick. So let me get this straight. Wukong, right, is stated to be dead, but he does not have a halo, right? That would mean that he is not living or dead. He is not of life and death, right? And since he's not of life and death, that also means he's outside of the cycle of reincarnation, which we know exists in Dragon Ball. And this Wukong also achieves an aura that prevents any attack from getting near him, which is proof that he is detached from any form of suffering or damage. He is detached from all form of suffering, right? And he leaves with Shenron to go to a place that no one can go to, which even people who can use time machines, who transcend time to travel to other timelines, right, cannot go to this realm, meaning it would have to be beyond time, right? So he was going to a place beyond time and space. He's not living or dead, and he has an aura that is detached from all suffering. And also he leaves the earth, which makes him departing his earthly attachments, right? And by the way, he is Wukong, like I said, right? But it is literally the same. It's the same thing. I agree, Zeta, but Nirvana and Wukong has explanation. Nirvana and GT being the same as Nirvana is a bit iffy to me. Brother, I just explained to you okay, Goku is literally based on Wukong. So when we have concepts that similarly align with Nirvana, we can assume that he achieved Nirvana, right, from those grounds. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's like none of you guys are paying attention. Like, seriously, like, it's actually kind of annoying. Goku isn't Wukong, though. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, he is. He is Wukong. His name is literally Wukong in Japanese. The whole point is that Goku is based on Wukong, but his overall character is that he is Wukong. The same way that, suppose I have a character, right, and his name is Sun Wukong, and the whole point is that he's Sun Wukong. Right, that's a basis. That he's based on Wukong. Right? And the one in GT is based on the original Nirvana. Yeah, but the thing is that Nirvana as a concept, if it's based on the original Nirvana, it would be the same Nirvana. Then it's a different Nirvana. It's not loosely inspired. They literally are the same concepts. Goku's not alive or dead. He goes to a higher plane of existence, and he inherits his will to a descendant, Goku Jr., the same way Sun Wukong is like descending to the ancestor. Like his descendant Sun Luzen. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like, he is the same character. You're like, that's not what you're understanding. So Goku, like, how do I tell you this, bro? Are you trying to say that it's just loosely inspired? Because it's not. He goes through the same process as Wukong. Yeah, Bulma, Oolong, and Yamcha are all inspired from Journey to the West. Exactly. Yeah, no fucking shit. Yeah, that's who Oolong is. It's just a different name, but the character is the same person. Right? And we clearly see concepts that align with Nirvana in GT. Yeah, it's literally Wukong. That's the point. I don't know why people don't understand this. And the thing is that in Dragon Ball, you reincarnate. Like the Samsara, like the cycle of reincarnation is real in Dragon Ball. And so if Goku is not living or dead, that means he broke free from the cycle of reincarnation. And Goku is, well. But people don't understand this concept enough. And people are trying to like be a skeptic. Like there's no basis for that. Nigga, I'm not saying that. Like this is just retardism again. You're not tracking. Right? I'm saying Goku is Wukong as a character. They don't have to have nearly the same traits. But the whole point about Goku's character is that he represents Wukong even if there are vast differences. He's supposed to represent him. Actually, let me just send you guys the scans that's just necessary, right? For Goku being like Wukong and then like Nirvana and shit. Yeah, so if anyone wants to deny this shit, every fucking time, I swear, niggas deny me for no reason. Alright, but anyways. Okay, but there's no deviation, okay? Because GT, right? Even though GT, right, the way Goku goes through Nirvana is different than the one in Journey to the West, you're not addressing the argument. Okay, since the Dragon Ball Z universe takes many of its roots from the Asian Monkey King Legends of Asia, in which a short-hairy guy with a tail, the Monkey King, challenges the host of heaven and hell to become the best warrior ever, it's not surprising that the way Otherworld works is similar to things to how work in traditional Asian mythos, aka Samsara, the cycle of reincarnation, right? So the fact that, right, Dragon Ball Z takes its roots from it takes its roots, many of its very roots, from the Monkey King Legends of Asia, right? And we see that Goku at the end of GT, and Dragon Ball is inspired by Journey to the West, right? And Goku is some Wukong. So the inspiration is also going to be there or be expected that he obtains Nirvana, right? And we see that it takes many of its roots. Goku departs from the world. He goes to a higher plane of existence. Yeah, right here. Yeah, brother, you're not addressing an argument. You're just repeating yourself. Like, what you're doing is like low tier. Yeah, I'm saying it takes many of its roots. Do you know what it takes many of its roots from? Right? If I take my roots, right? All right, so let me give you an example. The Declaration of Independence takes its roots from the Bill of Rights, right? And they take it because now we have these things as part of the Declaration of Independence, right? It's not some altered version of the Bill of Rights. It takes its roots from the Bill of Rights. The same way Dragon Ball Z takes the roots from the Monkey King Legends of Asia. So when we have it taking the roots of mythology, like the other world being like the Samsara, the cycle of reincarnation, right? It's also going to be expected that Nirvana is going to be the same thing. And we see the traits of Nirvana occurring in GT, right? So you're not tracking. You're just making a skeptic argument. You're not providing an argument. You're just talking. That's all you're doing. You're not making an argument. So if I write a story and make its roots from Dragon Ball GT and I make the main character weak, but okay, I don't give a fuck what your analogy is. We're not talking about your analogy. We're talking about Dragon Ball, right? We know Dragon Ball. We know Goku is based on some Wukong, and he goes through events that are similar to Wukong's achievement of Nirvana. In the final battle of Journey to the West, Wukong fights beings that are based on karma. And at the end of Journey to the West, where he achieves Nirvana, he inherits his will to a descendant, that being Sun Lazen, who is also the reincarnation, right, or the great the great descendant of Wukong. The same thing happens in GT. He fights the Shadow Dragons, and he inherits his will to Goku Jr., who is the descendant of Goku, right? And he departs from the world and goes to a higher plane of existence. The same thing Wukong does, right? So we know, so not only do we have grounds from the guidebooks, but we have grounds that Goku is based on some Wukong, right? So given all this data, we can assume that Goku went through the same ascension as a Wukong did as well. Like how the Nyoibo, like Goku's staff, is the same thing as what Wukong does. He can extend to past the world. He can, like, the Nyoibo can go to the moon, which is what Wukong does. Like, he can use his staff to extend, right? So we clearly see that when we talk about Asian concepts, they clearly transfer over in entirety, right? Because it says right here, right? It's not surprising that the way the other world works is similar to how things work in this traditional Asian mythos. And that's true because it functions as the cycle of reincarnation. Yeah, the literal elements of Journey to the West are being added to the story of Dragon Ball, right? And we see traits that align with Nirvana at the end of GT. So given the basis that Goku is some Wukong, and that they already admit to grabbing concepts from Asian mythology, we can assume that Goku went through a similar trait as well. So this is just being dumb, right? And I don't give a fuck about analogies. We're talking about Dragon Ball, not your analogy. Right, so he transcends time and space. He's not living or dead, and we know that Dragon Ball has Samsara, the cycle of reincarnation, and he's not of the cycle of reincarnation, and he goes to a higher plane of existence. But it does work. You're not tracking. They literally admit to taking elements from Journey to the West, and they provide an example that because of this very reason, it's not surprising that the way Otherworld works is similar to how things work in this traditional Asian mythos. And this is true because it functions as the cycle of reincarnation, right? As beings reincarnate when they are in Otherworld. The cycle of reincarnation is real in Dragon Ball. So they're not even wrong, right? So they literally are saying that these elements of Asian mythology are transferring over to Dragon Ball. So when we see the basis that Goku is based on Sun Wukong, right, and that these beings, and that this story, right, takes directly the Asian mythology elements, we can make the connection to all the things shown at the end of GT to relate to Nirvana. Like I said, Goku not being dead, Goku being free from the cycle of reincarnation, which is the definition of nirvana. So you cannot deny this. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, like, this is just baseless. This is baseless skepticism. It doesn't. Similar means similar and not exact same. So let me get this straight, right? Here's what it says. Like, just pretty obviously, works is similar to how things work in this traditional Asian mythos, right? It's not surprising that the way the other world works is similar to how things work in the traditional Asian mythos. So the fact that, but that's not the point. The point is that concepts in Asian mythology, these elements go to Journey to the West. So they will be similar. And the definition of similar means to share the traits. That's what a similarity is. It means to share the traits. They're not the exact same thing because, one, it's not even the same cosmology. They're of a different cosmology. That's why they're not similar, right? But we know that they are similar in the traits that are required, like the cycle of reincarnation, right? They're not the exact same because the other world and the one in the Journey to the West aren't the exact same. That's a logical contradiction, right? But we're talking about them being similar in nature. So Goku's nirvana in GT is going to have the similar trait of boundlessness or achieving total freedom in GT. And he's based on Sun Wukong. There's no evidence for a distinction. There's no evidence. Like, there's no evidence for this shit. Right, and let me just replace Goku's name with Wukong for a second, because that's his actual name. So let me get this straight. So Wukong, right? Wukong is stated to be dead, but is not dead, right? So he's dead, but does not have a halo. So that means he's dead and not dead. He has broken free from the cycle of reincarnation, which we know exists in Dragon Ball, right? He goes to a higher plane of existence and leaves this world, right? So given all of that data empirically, we can assume that it's fucking Nirvana, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Mute we, bro. Mute we. Mute we, bro. Mute we, bro.
Right? You're not just gonna, like, appeal to, oh, it could just be, like, inspired. Like, bro, no fucking shit, it's inspired. Do you even know what inspired means? Like, how is that a defeater? Like, that's not a defeater. In fact, the GT anime comic literally admits that Goku, who achieved great feats, a decade ago, the illustrious ancestor of Goku who have achieved great feats was a pure Saiyan warrior born and raised on Earth. Now a tomb has been erected to honor their memory, but perhaps they continue to watch over from beyond above the living, and he's not in the fucking other world. I don't know his Discord, bro. Did he send it? Cypher Classic Tales. Let me debate that nigga right now. Yeah, we should not have this conversation right now. Goku is based off Sun Wukong. The whole Dragon Ball story is a modern day it is a modern day interpretation. The Kai watch over the living world. That doesn't prove shit. Nigga. Again, Wukong leaves this world. He departs from his earthly attachments. He is dead but not dead. He is broken free from the cycle of reincarnation. He leaves to a higher plane of existence. and you're like these concepts directly align with Nirvana. Are you not tracking? Right, and we already know the connections with Asian mythology. And by the way, Goku's name is literally Wukong. The whole point is that it's a modern day interpretation of Journey to the West, but the concepts remain the same. But there can be some differences, but it's a modern day interpretation. Like, for example, let's say let's compare Romeo and Juliet from Shakespeare and Romeo and Juliet from the movie. They're not the same because they portray different scenarios, or they have different character designs that maybe Shakespeare didn't intend for his story, or maybe they have different interpretations, but we know that they undergo the same story, like how both Romeo and Juliet are going to die, right? It's the same thing with Dragon Ball. It's just a modern day interpretation of Journey to the West. So that's why you're not tracking. You're not understanding. It being an inspiration does not defeat shit. Yeah. You don't know about Romeo and Juliet? Yeah, they die at the end. Yeah, the whole point of Romeo and Juliet, the character of Romeo and Juliet, is that these are characters that they fall in love, they're in two different families, right? And at the very end, they both die at the end of the story, right? That's the whole point of Romeo and Juliet. There are different modern interpretations of Romeo and Juliet. They happen like usually every generation. There's a modern day version where it's like in a city scenario. There's another version of this and another version of that, right? But that's the same thing with Dragon Ball. It's a modern day interpretation of the Journey to the West. It's inspired by it, but it's intended to be a modern day version of Journey to the West. That's why Goku is Wukong. That's why he has the flying Nimbus, the Nyoibo, all these kind of concepts. He's literally based on some Wukong, directly speaking, right? He's directly based on some Wukong with some expanded concepts, right? But and Goku achieving Nirvana, Wukong achieving Nirvana is part of his character as well that he's based on. Right, and we clearly see these concepts directly happening in Dragon Ball GT. So yes, it is Nirvana. Like, you're not understanding that. Like, how is it the fact that they're suggesting Goku still exists, suggesting where he is and what he's doing, how he's doing it, and this should tell you that this is not just a possibility, right? Because the story is depicting him as a god, right? From another story called Journey to the West, the same character that he's based on. What are you talking about? Brother, what are you talking about? Why Bulma is a human and died like a human? Why didn't she take the story of a monk? A monk is a human. What the fuck are you talking about? The whole point is that, brother, like, the thing about, you don't know what a modern interpretation is. In Journey to the West, she is a monk, but in this story, she's a human. But they are both based on the same character, but they don't have to share the same concepts, right? But like, they don't have to share the same concepts, but they need to share at least general concepts with each other, like Oolong and Goku, who have directly the flying Nimbus and the Nyoibo, right? As well as Oolong, who's like a pig, the same, like the actual Oolong as well. They need to share at least concepts that align with the characters that they're based on, right? And we see that the Nirvana in GT directly aligns with the Nirvana in Journey to the West. You're outside the cycle of reincarnation. You're not living or dead. You depart from the world. You depart from suffering. You go to a higher plane of existence. Yes, that's Nirvana. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, the reason why Goku is looking down from the Dragon Realm is the same way Wukong looks down from the world after achieving Nirvana. That's the whole point. That's the character he's based on. Holy analogy, holy analogy, holy disanalogy. We're not talking about holy analogy glazing. Yeah, so you're just not tracking at all. So yeah, this is just I don't care about Jin Mori. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Goku. Right? I don't care about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Goku. right? The ideal of GT's Nirvana is the same. So if the ideal of the GT's Nirvana is the same, then that means the same conclusion is going to apply. Goku ends up in a place beyond all conceptions, right? It's a place beyond existence. No one can go there. Like Goku and Wukong are meant to be the same person. It's literally based off the character. Like we're not addressing Mori. We're legit just addressing Goku in particular. We're addressing GT. And like an inspiration doesn't even entail less. The logic doesn't apply. Okay, what's the inference rule for that? Because you're applying a character who doesn't even abide by the same metrics of Nirvana. GT does. I'm telling you, GT does. That's the difference. You're not tracking. Okay. Yeah. So, Josiah, yo, I'm gonna add you up. Yeah, he's not tracking. He's literally just being disanalogous. Yeah, he's not even providing an argument either. Like, Goku's inspired by Wukong's story. And at the end of Journey to the West, he achieves Nirvana. Right? Right? Dragon Ball guides have confirmed they grab Asian concepts, which solidifies a possibility for Nirvana. Right? And we clearly see that he's based on Sun Wukong. He's inspired by Sun Wukong. Right? And since he's inspired by Sun Wukong and we see direct links and connections to Nirvana, we're just going to assume it's Nirvana from the grounds and the basis that we already have. Right, and even Goku's thing is described as a change, the same way Goku in the energy is described as a change.
Reinvention. Okay. Hey, Zeta.
Brother, you're repeating the analogy point. What the fuck?
Hold up, I got the definition right here.
I don't care about God of High School. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't align with GT's concepts that directly align with Nirvana.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't. You're not tracking. Ryuken is not tracking, guys. This is the track demon. He's using an analogy that doesn't apply.
Bro, GT Goku is the modern day version of Sun Wukong.
Literally, I just showed that with the fucking scans. No. Literally,
is he acting retarded? Hold up.
Yeah, I think he is.
Nirvana in Buddhism, a transcendent state in which
Goku being Sun Wukong, Son Goku in Japanese, Bulma as Tensei. Wait, look at my screen. All right, so yeah, okay, literally, Toriyama wanted to create a story with the basic theme of Journey to the West. The basic theme, the theme that includes the ending, the theme that also must include Goku achieving Nirvana.
Is he acting retarded again? Is he not reading?
Since Dragon Ball UZ Universe takes many of its roots from Asian Monkey King, takes many of its roots from the ancient Monkey King legends of Asia. It takes many of its roots from the Asian Monkey King legends of Asia. That includes Nirvana.
Wait, how did he get?
Like we directly have references to Nirvana, and the guide claims we take many of its roots from the Monkey King legends of Asia. We can assume that this is the Nirvana that they're talking about.
Exactly.
Not some loose inspiration of it. He's just he's not tracking.
You gotta play the clip again. Read.
Prove the concept of Atma? Brother.
Oh my
God. Why is that necessary?
This is embarrassing.
Like, why? I don't need to prove every single concept exists. I just need to prove it exists. Right? I just need to prove the inspiration exists. Right? An inspiration doesn't necessarily entail it. An inspiration just entails concepts are necessary that come from it. Such as Goku being Sun Wukong, right? They take many of their roots from the Monkey King legends of Asia.
Exactly.
And the fact that we have connection
Journey to the West.
Fucking Nirvana, it's gonna be Nirvana. Right? So this is Nirvana, brother.
Like modern day
Dude,
Dragon Ball.
modern day version doesn't mean he scales to it, brother.
What?
You're being dumb. You're being
He
dumb
acting
right.
retarded again?
Okay,
Nah,
wait. So that's not okay. So what's going to be the inference rule for that? What's the inference rule for that? Do you have an inference rule for that? Because being a modern day interpretation is not a contradiction to Goku achieving the
Nah,
truest
dude,
form of Nirvana,
that's just
because it literally
a
states
dumbass
that they
thing.
grab many of its roots from the Asian Monkey King legends of Asia, which includes Nirvana, which includes its transcendent nature as well, right? Right. And by the way, right, we have connections to Nirvana in Dragon Ball, and an inspiration doesn't even mean it's less, right? How can Nirvana occur without the concept of Atma? Yeah. So what's going to be what's going to be your definition for the concept of Atma? Yeah. Can you provide a definition?
How can Nirvana occur without concept of Atma? What? Hold up.
Let me look up in Nirvana. Let me actually answer this question. Atma is the eternal, unchanging self in Hinduism, right?
Hold up.
While Nirvana is the Buddhist concept of liberation from suffering and the cycle of rebirth. Oh, gee, I wonder fucking why. The core difference is that Atma is a permanent soul. Okay, so basically, you've just conflated Hinduism with Buddhism, which Hinduism isn't even associated in Journey to the West. What the fuck? Holy conflation of doom.
Bro, I'm literally studying this, and I don't understand the point. Like, is he just slow? Is he not understanding?
Okay,
Is he
so he
not?
just conflated Hinduism with Buddhism.
That's stupid. Like, those two don't even belong with each other.
No, Sun Wukong is an Eastern Chinese story. Hinduism is Indian.
Yes, exactly. So, like, what's the purpose? Like, what's the purpose of this
Atma
concept?
is part of Journey to the West. They are connected. Let me search that up real quick. Atma, Journey to the West. Okay, let me see. Let me see what Atma is. What is Atma in Journey to the West? What is Atma in Journey to the West? Okay, let me see. Atma is not a prominent term in Journey to the West. Brother, I just looked it up.
Oh my god.
It's not even a concept. Atma is not a prominent term in Journey to the West. The novel focused on spiritual pilgrimage rooted in Buddhist, Taoist. Wait, Taoist? You mean ascending in broad daylight? The same way that you ride on a dragon to ascend on a higher plane of existence?
Oh my god.
Well, fucking well. Well, fucking well, bro. Okay. And Confucian's principles rather than Hindu concept of Atma. Yeah, so you're just still conflating it.
Atma is part of the journey to the West. They are connected. Dummy, they are connected. What?
Bro, they're not. It's a Hinduist
Oh
concept.
my god.
It's not a Buddhist concept. It's not a Taoist concept either.
I think he's getting his like religions confused again. Like, is he getting his religions confused again? Like, I'm not sure. He's probably just slow.
Like, I don't know what he's doing. It's like really weird.
No, he's trying to cope. Like, hold up, let me read the definition of nirvana.
Yeah, dude, Nirvana means to break free from the cycle of reincarnation.
Exactly. It's a transcendent state, aka the final goal of Buddhism. Another term would be like moksha or moksha. I don't know.
All right, my bad. I thought it was the same. No, they're not the same. Like Nirvana has different concepts. It's not even the same. But the thing is that it specifically clarified that they grabbed their roots from Asian mythology, right? And we see that since they grabbed their roots from Asian mythology, right? We can, and since we have clear references to Nirvana as well as the Taoist ascension of ascending in broad daylight, so we know when ascension actually fucking happened, right? That would mean, and we know that he departed from earthly attachments, he broke free from the cycle of reincarnation, right? And all these other concepts, right? And his name is literally Wukong. We can assume from all this data that it's Nirvana. It's the same thing. It's the same intentions as well. Goku defeats the car. But no, you know the final battle in Journey to the West? Sun Wukong fights beings that are based on karma the same way the Shadow Dragon
fights the Mega, It's
right, and then at the very end, after he achieves Journey to the West, there is a statue of Buddha, and he inherits his will to a descendant. Goku Jr., Sun Muzen, the statue of Buddha. This is literally Nirvana. This is the story of Nirvana.
Mm-hmm. You know what would be like a cool what if? Like what if Goku used the spirit bomb on Frieza, and then like he did the same thing with Boo? He like wished for Frieza to turn into good being. Like, would that be like a good what if?
Maybe.
Like think about it. Frieza has like bad, like I wouldn't say bad, like badass potential. Like in 4 months, he reached godhood.
I think Sonic is highballed 5D game. No, I don't have a Discord server. Well, I used to, but it's dead as fuck. Oh, I'm a low tier.
Yo,
I'm a low tier.
You know who really is a low tier?
Wait, he got upset at me and said he's a low tier. Wait, like wait, that I'm a low tier or that he's a low tier? I don't want to debate.
You know who really is a low tier though?
Who?
Funky.
Yeah, I almost removed you for that. I don't really care about him.
I mean, that's true. It kind of sucks.
Maybe if you put like a bunch of Bloods waves enough, they would do it. Imagine more Bloods waves on Sacked on Super Saiyan 4. I don't really want to debate. I don't really know you. I don't think it matters. I debate people. I don't know you either. That's equal. I don't have an advantage.
Yo, Zeta. I think you should do like a gaming video one day. Like maybe like a gaming stream.
I have Goku at fucking Boundless from Nirvana. Yeah, because guys, let me say something. The quality of Nirvana in Journey to the West includes its transcendent nature over all concepts. So you can't pick and choose what to grab from when in context to Nirvana. You can't pick and choose that. Like that's fallacious as fuck. It says it grabs many of its roots from Asian mythology, specifically indexed to the Monkey King, and Goku is Wukong, right? Which also should include his ending as a character, or like what he's like his whole goal is. Sonic isn't even beyond tearing because he's literally limited by 3 dimensions of space. Because I'm looking for debates. It's not a specific statement, it's an implication.
Yo, Zeta. What's your opinion on Death Battle?
I don't care.
Oh. I mean, they're like pretty shit. And like sometimes powerful. Zeta, what's your favorite Dragon Ball Z movie?
I don't know.
Because like, I think Tree of Might's like low key kind of underrated.
I have a skill, but I'm not sure if it's valid. Okay, well, it's clearly not. Well, do you agree? Sonic has a width height, and depth. Just answer. Yes or no? Yeah, so Sonic can't be beyond Turing because his existence is confined. Easy one shot. Easy one shot. Zeta, Nirvana as a concept is just liberation from the dukkha, eternal pain. You mean like eternal suffering? But anyways, that's not the truth of Nirvana in totality. That's just one aspect of Nirvana. But the thing is that Nirvana is also like absolute freedom, which absolute freedom we have to mean that you are not limited to anything. You transcend everything. You surpass everything. Because if you're not surpassing everything, then you're not in a state of absolute freedom. That's the whole point. And even Goku, who's able to access hell, he can't actually access hell. Like, I don't know if you should know this, but you can't access hell. You can't even use instant transmission to go there or even leave there, right? That's confirmed in GT. Yet he easily travels to hell casually and meets Piccolo, which also confirms the absolute freedom is a concept that is in GT. Because if he wasn't, then he would still be within the confines of hell, right? So this includes the concept of absolute freedom as well. Yeah, and the fact that he's able to violate the rules of the Dragon Ball is also just more proof.
Zeta, have you played like Xenoverse yet?
Okay. Yeah, so Sonic can't be beyond Turing because his existence is confined to 3D measurements. I still want to discuss Sonic scaling. I literally one-shot him.
So goated.
Yeah, but like absolute freedom is a concept associated with Nirvana. And by the way, it's funny that you mention liberation, eternal pain. Yeah, because what does it mean to liberate? What does it mean to liberate? Do you know what the definition of liberate means?
Yeah.
All right, let's look up liberate. It means to be free, to set someone free from a situation, especially imprisonment or slavery, in which their liberty is severely restricted. So they are free from suffering. They are free from it. Right? So that's the whole point. This actually explains everything I've been saying. So eternal pain, suffering, eternal, like life and death. So it's being free from the concepts of life, death, suffering. The whole point of Nirvana is that it is absolute freedom. So the fact that we see Goku's freedom from these concepts in GT is proof of his transcendent nature existing. How did you know my cord? Uh, a friend gave it to me.
Zeta, did you see like the new fighters announcement?
For Daimaku.
Yeah.
Actually, what does it even mean to be based on? Let me actually look that up real quick. Something has a foundation or a source. Um, on the basis. So, what is the, based on definition? Let me look up that is based on. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, Buddhism consider life as suffering, right? And when they say it's free from suffering, means the whole concept of reincarnation. Yeah, because samsara is in Dragon Ball. It's the afterlife,
Hmm.
right? That's what liberation from eternal suffering means. You're not wrong, but the thing is that it's taught. That's the reason why it includes life and death is because nirvana is suffering, but on the most absolute level. You are free from life and death. You are free from suffering, right? But that's just evidence that what I was talking about. It's free from it's absolute suffering, right? It's absolute freedom, right? And absolute means under no circumstance can you be restricted. Space and time are concepts, right? That restrict you. Being limited to certain limits of strength are restrictions. But if you're free from all strength, all space, all time, right? That is just those are examples of absolute transcendence and absolute freedom.
I literally learned this in high school. Like, can we search up the definition at this point? Like, can you
Like,
like, huh?
is nirvana absolute freedom? Yes, nirvana is considered the
Yes.
ultimate state of absolute freedom, achieved through extinguishing of greed, hatred, and delusion. It is not a physical place, but a state of profound peace and liberation from the cycle of suffering and rebirth, attainable in this life through disciplined practice. The freedom is characterized, yeah, okay, whatever. But the thing is that it's stated to be the ultimate state of absoluteness. So it is an absolute concept, right? Yes, but okay. Well, it doesn't need to because it's universal, right? It's universal in the sense that in all forms of restriction, nirvana would be above it. It's absolute freedom, right? Which is why it's restricted from life and death. It's the state of absoluteness, absolute freedom. Like he even leaves physicality, like his own being lacks physical form. That's why Pan was holding Goku's clothes because Goku went was also being free from his physical limitations. He was also being free from physicality as a whole. So he's free from life, death, suffering, space, time. That's why he went to a place beyond time when he left to the higher plane of existence, right? He's not physical. So he's free from physical limitations. He's free from physical constraints. He's free from strength because no attack could ever reach him in his aura, right? So he's free from strength. He's free from all these concepts. Yeah, well, actually, they're the same character. So Super Goku is boundless because he achieved Nirvana.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Zeta, have you watched Dragon Ball Absalon yet?
Yeah, I watched it.
Like
Right, you are free from existence itself. Like he unironically achieved Nirvana. But to say you can cherry pick what is Goku's Nirvana in GT is just disingenuous because Nirvana would also contain its truth of absolute freedom. Like that's the whole premise of Nirvana. It's not just limited to specific restrictions. It's absolute freedom because then that would defeat the point of Nirvana.
Yo, Zeta, what's the most badass transformation you've ever seen in like all of Dragon Ball?
Um, Goku's Nirvana, bro. I'm kidding. Super Saiyan 4.
That's true. I mean, like Super Saiyan Blue kind of sucks though, cause like it's a recolor. It's not even like that good. Super Saiyan God is ugly as. Oh wait, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is ugly as fuck. That's true.
What? Wait, pop culture patrician. Why GT's ending is a Budo Taoist excellence. I need to watch this video. I need to get amped. I'm gonna study tonight about whatever this is. Yo, I'm just gonna tell you, bro. Don't procrastinate. I'm like, don't procrastinate. That shit's gonna fuck you up. I did that shit myself. Right? It's gonna catch up to you like it's the devil. Don't be attached to like what you prefer over yourself. Over what you don't attach your wants over your needs. Don't do that shit. It's gonna fuck you up. It's what the devil does to you too, dude. It's what the devil does to you. The devil attaches what you want over what you need. That's how he fucks you up. That's why the devil offered Jesus the world and Jesus knew he shouldn't do that. Right? The devil assumed that God wanted the world. I think you're conflating Nirvana with Wukong scalings. No, I'm not. I'm not conflating it. What you're talking about is a peri-Nirvana Zeta. That signifies death, not a power up. Wait, so what is peri-Nirvana? Yeah, so I'm gonna look at what peri-Nirvana is because you already can. All right, what is peri-Nirvana? Peri-Nirvana. What is peri-Nirvana? Oh, of course, he's gonna say it's a different kind. What is peri-Nirvana? Peri-Nirvana is the final complete nirvana that a Buddhist enters after death, a state of liberation from the cycle of rebirth. It signifies the ultimate release from suffering, karma, and the dissolution of physical and mental components of existence. In Buddhism, the death of a historical Buddha is celebrated as a key event called Peri-Nirvana Day to commemorate. Okay, whatever. But anyway, Sun Wukong. Does Sun Wukong experience Peri-Nirvana? No. Wait. Peri-Nirvana is the final complete nirvana attained after death by an enlightened being. But the thing is, right? That's in context to mentality, because the thing is, Nirvana has two different definitions.
There's
When it
no
comes to Buddhism, a being who achieves
Yeah.
Nirvana, right, can still die because we're talking about mental liberations, right? But when we're talking about something that is ontological changing and like an ontological shift in position, that's going to be more in line with a complete nirvana itself, not peri-nirvana. Because peri-nirvana suggests that an enlightened being can still die, which is not the nirvana in Journey to the West. It's a different concept. Because the thing is that, Journey to the West was actually designed to be propaganda of Chinese, like, Buddhism. Like, that's why they do this, bro. Like, they made Nirvana that strong in Journey to the West to, like, propagandize or, like the nature of Buddhism. Yeah, but in Nirvana, Journey to the West scales that high because of its cosmology. No, it doesn't. That's not the point. That implies a dependency, right? But the thing is that Nirvana doesn't have a dependency. If anything, Nirvana is the concept of total independence, right? It's the freedom. It doesn't depend on anyone. It doesn't depend on a cosmology, right? But like trying to connect it to the cosmology doesn't need that. Yeah, exactly. You don't need to have. You don't need to have any of these. Journey to the West, Nirvana. It doesn't wait. It doesn't come from anything. You're just describing where it came from. Journey to the West, Nirvana is the state of absolute freedom, not just mentally, but ontologically. So you're free from all forms of existence on an absolute level. That is what Nirvana truly represents. It's independence. The cosmology doesn't define Nirvana. Like it never does that, right? Because then that would be implying Nirvana has a dependence, which contradicts what Nirvana is, because Nirvana has a total independence. It doesn't have a dependence. But you could also just make an argument, right? You could also argue that Nirvana is, but even if you want to use the concept of, right? Actually, I'll give you an argument. We can just argue that the Dragon Ball cosmology is high outer, and since Goku transcended with his Nirvana, at least that would make his Nirvana boundless by definition. So that's already one argument that you could make from that very inference as well. But even then, right, you can make an inference rule for that. But even then, right, to imply a dependency contradicts Nirvana. Like, bro, I'm so fucking bored right now. Yeah, so chat, I'm gonna end stream. It's been 3 hours. See you guys later. Yes, but as a more of a mental concept, not an ontological one.